What's your name? What's your name? Zabo? Ooh, that's different.
Come with Zabo to do. For us guys, Zabo is like the godfather, okay? We love him. He's been around for a long time now. Come with Zabo, you get in the beat. godfather, okay? We love him. He's been around for a long time now.
Say, that's crazy, bro. Say, that's crazy, bro.
That shit right there.
Zay, that's crazy, bro. Zay, that's crazy, bro. Zay, that's crazy, bro.
You go crazy, I'm put you on though. So, I don't like what you do. to get us through. All the pain, all the hurt that we been through. We still rockin' strong, it been true. Baby girl love me and I'ma love you. I can't fuck the other hoe, cause they some swools. I ain't came by dirt, now I'm brand new. It be hard to walk a mile in my shoes. Because it was so much shit I did it for. No question asked, girl, I knew it wasn't mine. I knew it had to be low, cause the shit wasn't love. Yeah, we stay together to the end. To the end, we'll be forever for free. We already set up that, we gotta speak on that again. Baby girl in the dark, you be still shining. Yeah, and the hoe can't really slow. I ain't stunning bitch, so I can't be trying to fall. Roll on the side, baby, we can roll low. I from the gut, baby, I'm showing low. Yeah, I ain't don't like what you do, but I'ma be the one to get us through. All the pain, all the hurt that we been through. We still rockin' strong, it been true. Baby girl love me and I'ma love you. I can't fuck the other hoe, cause they some swools. I ain't came by dirt, now I'm brand new. It be hard to walk a mile in my shoes. All I know is trench. I had to get that shit up from the floor to the ceiling. Don't too many live like me, I make sure the family straight for weeks. I promise I ain't gon' miss a beat. How the fuck could I get sleep? All I know is go and eat, yeah. All I know is my time. I from the God, I gotta go grind. I gotta shine. All million days, I ain't have a dime. We tryna kill, I tryna kill Bill. I be from the God, I'm just tryna live. All I know is keep packing still. I ain't front line with the guys in the field. But I'ma be the one to get us through. I ain't all the hurt that we been through. Still rockin' strong, you been true. Baby girl love me and I'ma love you. I can't for the other hoe, cause they some fools. I'm tryna tell you, came by dirt, now I'm brand new. I'm tryna tell you, hard to walk a mile in my shoes. John.
That's it right there.
For us guys, Zayla was like the godfather, okay? We love him. He's been around for a long time now.
What's your name? What's your name? Zayla? Ooh, that's different. What's your name? What's your name? Zayla? Ooh, that's different.
For us guys, Zabo is like the godfather, okay? We love him. He's been around for a long time now. the godfather, okay? We love him. He's been around for a long time now. For us guys, Zabo is like the godfather, okay? We love him. He's been around for a long time now.
Welcome, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys for being here today. We will be having a special guest joining in just a moment here. We'd like to wish you all a happy Valentine's Day, a great day of love, 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 love. Thank you guys for being here today. Um, and we know you could be somewhere else enjoying Valentine's Day, but you chose to tune in with us today, and we thank you guys for that. Our topic today is justice delayed is justice denied. I researched that quote. Big Jeff and I were discussing what was going to be the topic for today's show. And that topic has to do with our guests that will be joining us shortly. And the justice delayed means that there, if there's a legal action that is taking too long to resolve, it is essentially the same as having no justice at all, highlighting the importance of timely delivery of justice in a legal system. It is considered a legal maximum, emphasizing the need for prompt resolution of a case. So I'm going to reserve the topic of why, I'm going to reserve the conversation of why we selected that topic, because the guest will be in here and she'll be able to share her story, which is horrific, a horrific story of tragedy and the loss of her beloved son that just recently happened in Douglas County, Georgia. So we'll be going into detail in just a moment. But we will also talk about the current topics and what's going on here in Atlanta today. And something that is a little bit disturbing that has happened with Mayor Khalid. Well, he changed his name now to Mayor Kobe out in South Fulton. And I was watching the news this morning, and Channel 11 Alive News. And, well, I had watched it before because he's been the topic of discussion before, where the council members have pretty much alleged that he has been misusing government funds and going on extravagant trips to South Africa and just other spending. Again, these are allegations, so my conversation are not facts. This is just what's in the news currently. Now let's just watch the previous council meeting that has led up to what happened recently with him being pretty much banned from his office today. Here we go. We're going to play this clip. This is from Fox 5 News in Atlanta.
Well, the mayor of South Fulton has fired back today. He calls the city council vote early yesterday morning to strip him of power a coup by 7 people to overthrow the will of the people of South Fulton. This afternoon, we're hearing from Khalid Camus, who prefers to be called Kobe. Fox 5's Dr. Lake Proctor with the mayor, Lake.
Well, good as he and he's still dark. Says he admits he made some mistakes as it relates to the travel policy, but he says this reaction is just over the top.
No one in the city is talking to me. When my badge stopped working and then the police showed up in my office.
South Fulton Mayor Khalid Kamau, who wants to be called Mayor Kobe, appeared on the Big Tigger and Jazzy McBee morning show Thursday on Atlanta's V103. He said he is flabbergasted by the unanimous vote by city council members to strip him of his powers.
They kicked me out my office. They kicked my staff out my office. They took my car. I had come there with the first dog, Zion. They put us out in the rain.
The mayor admitted he made some mistakes policy. He says he was marketing the city on trade missions to Colombia, Ghana, Paris, and Rwanda. A review of his receipts show expenses on his purchase card adding up to more than $26,000.
So first of all, it's not $26,000. Well, the first thing to know is that it's travel over 2 years. Now they've done a forensic audit on my card,
Right.
but they haven't done one on the other people that have traveled internationally.
The mayor admitted all of his travel was not business.
Because some of the trip was personal, I turned down $1,000 in per diem. I never stayed one night in a hotel for the entire 21 days. I stayed in people's houses. I stayed with friends.
Okay.
So my 21 days in Ghana totals about $7,000. No, I didn't do everything the way it should have been done. See, like, a politician will lie to you, but I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
None of us were traveling the way that we should have. This is political mudslinging.
Now, the city council members say these restrictions are temporary. We wanted to know just how temporary, how long. We reached out to the city manager and have yet to hear back from her. Reporting live in the city of South Fulton, I'm Julie Proctor, Fox 5 News.
All right, the saga continues.
Wow, guys. Absolutely wow. Say what? Wow, guys. Was that not wow? Can you imagine going to your job and you can't use a badge? Everything's just a humiliating dismissal. Some people are saying, well, he knew that was going to happen. He knew he was abusing this money. But my thing is, how is it determined? Like, some people in Fulton County alleges that Fonnie has misused money, but that hasn't happened to her. So it's kind of like, how do you decide the protocol of who you're going to walk out when there's allegations like this? Is there some type of process that, I guess it was because they said it was a meeting and there was a vote to vote him out. So I don't know. That's just pretty much embarrassing. And I hope he's able to get that worked out. And I hope the citizens are able to receive justice according to what they deem is fair and just for the city of South Fulton. We definitely will lift them in our prayers and pray for resolve on that to happen. So there's a lot of disputes going on, but like I said, it's like who determines we'll expedite this case, but in, like I said, the other case dealing with the allegations against Miss Fonnie Willis, that hasn't been expedited, and you have a whole senate of people trying to come against her and say she's misused money, but she hasn't been walked out or banned from her position. So it's kind of like there are certain disparities, in certain parts, certain places. And of course, yes, there are two different cities, there are two different jurisdictions, I say, but pretty much it's still the same protocol, So why was this one expedited but the other one wasn't? Those are just questions that I have, and I would imagine that other people have the same type questions as well. Who makes the final decision? Why didn't the council, why weren't they able to have a vote, in Fulton County? Like what happened, with Mayor Khalid or Mayor Kobe, his new name. So, just a second. I have a call. Hold on. Just a moment. My guest is calling. She's here. So yes, guys. So I was just letting her know. But yeah, so that's just my concern. Like, okay, but so I don't know. I don't live in South Fulton. I live very close to South Fulton, but not exactly South Fulton. But I don't know, just a little disturbing. The way that was handled, like public humiliation, and that's just not right in my opinion. The way that was handled. Um, and then too, um, what's going on in the hip hop world of hip hop. We have some very controversial beefs going on right now. You have Marlon Wayans and Soldier Boy going at it back and forth, and that has been quite hilarious to me. And then you have 50 Cent and Big Meech going at it, and that is not funny at all. That is a little bit more serious than just joking around. This one, that beef is actually talking about ending Big Meech's career, who has just been released from federal prison. So that's a little bit more serious. So I don't want to have any parts in that other than keep those guys lifted in prayer because it's not a good thing for hip hop to have such a beef like that. It should be unity. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get my guest in. She's here, so we're trying to get her in. But yeah, so that's pretty a not good beef. What do you guys think about that? Hi, Rachel. Yeah, it's been a while, girl. I had a funeral to attend, and we want to also make sure we let the family of Reverend Eric Terrell. He was an OG in the civil rights movement here in Atlanta and actually worldwide. He travels and he will be dearly, dearly missed. He's with the SCLC. He also does work with NAN, the Reverend Al Sharpton's organization, and he just lends himself to wherever the movement needs him to be. He is one of the American civil rights soldiers, and he marched with Dr. Martin Luther King, John Lewis, in Selma. He's done numerous marches and with Reverend Hosea Williams, and he's just a civil rights activist and OG American foot soldier who we will miss dearly here in Atlanta. So that was kind of rough. I went to his funeral this past weekend. We have another one tomorrow. I'll have to get more information about that and give my condolences to that family on the next show. But it's just been funeral after funeral after funeral. So just cherish your loved ones that you love. And we again extend our condolences. Our guest is here. We're going to get her mic'd up and we're going to let you guys hear the story of injustice that the family believe that has occurred with their son. And here at Nothing But the Truth, we welcome our doors are open. We welcome both sides of the family and the officers if they like to come. But we don't sugarcoat anything here. You can sit right here. Put the headset on. How you doing? Good. Hold on just a minute, guys. to play her video first so they'll know? Yeah, I did. I redo it though. It's gonna be three. Um, okay, I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send you this one first, and then that way they'll know, exactly what we're talking about. So, guys, we have Miss Mitchell in the studio with us today. Miss Mitchell is the mother of the late great Malachi Mitchell, who was taken way too soon down in Douglas County, Georgia. We're going to play her initial interview with the police officers, and we're going to play their interview, and we're going to let her speak. Because oftentimes, what we've experienced in our own case with the Young Thug case, as you all know, we've talked about it several times with Big Jeff on the show. A lot of times, when something happens, the officers are able to go on the news and tell the media their side of things and then say, well, we're still investigating, and that is normally their protocol. But our thing is, what happens when the family wants to speak? And we know from our experience when it first happened with Young Thug and Big Jeff and the family, we met with all the civil rights organizations that you could think of. We went to all of these people to get help because we felt from the beginning, before Judge Glanville was dismissed from the case, we already knew that there was injustice going on in that courtroom. Hold on just a second. We already knew that there was a lot of injustice going on in the courtroom before it was even brought to the public. So by the time it hit the mainstream media, then of course everybody wanted to interview Big Jeff and the family. But what about the time when it first happened, when the media went on there and the media and the officers told what they believe to be the truth? What about the family's voice? So as you guys know, here at Nothing But the Truth, we allow the family to come and say what they want to say. And that's exactly what we're going to do. But we're first going to play the video now of the initial interview with the family. And let you guys decide. Because to be quite frank with you, I said, and I posted on my page at Absolute Justice Now how I feel. And I feel that it was not right for them to let the other gentleman go in the case that murdered her son and then say they're investigating. And had she not tracked her son's cell phone, she would not have known anything because no one had contacted her. So I'm going to let you guys watch this video, and then you'll hear directly from the mother. And I hope you guys lift her and the family in prayer during this difficult time and the loss of their loved one. Okay, so here we go, guys. Sorry about that. We're just getting the video up, getting ready to play it. Feel free to put your comments and share. Make sure you guys like the video and share the video, and just get the word out. Because as Dr. Martin Luther King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So if you're not outraged of the handling of this case, what if it was your son or your daughter or your family member that this happened to? So hold on just a second. So, you know, it could easily happen, as me and Big Jeff say all the time. It could easily be your family. It could easily be my family member. If it's happening to her, it's happening to us, and that's how we feel, and that's how we take it here at Nothing But the Truth. And we will hold the Douglas County Sheriff Department at a high standard because it's just unacceptable to for someone to be riding in a vehicle with a deceased person and they not go to jail or not even go to the station to get questioned. It's really truly unacceptable. Not even a 911 call. And we know that this has happened before with the Nigel Cullins case with the Fogo de Chao. The family had to press, city council had to get involved just to get the release of the body cam. And it shouldn't be like that. Like I'm waiting for one of the council persons, and maybe I need to write it. We need to make it a law to something in the side of the family, some type of bill needs to go forth where there's a certain time frame of this information to be released. Because of course the sheriff department says that they're still investigating, but how long is that? How long is the investigation? There's no definite. So I think these things need to be a little bit more defined so that these families could have justice and answers. So we'll So as we're preparing the video, we're having a little bit of technical issues. We'll go ahead and let the dear mother speak and talk about, in her words, of what's going on with her case. And also, if your other guests want to speak, you're welcome to come. Got another mic right there.
Um, well, I'm on the lines of what most people are thinking. Um, this is unheard of. Not sure where this happens at. The only way I can make it make sense is that you got to know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. Because that ain't what happens. I mean, I use the example here quite frequently because it's true. If we go in Walmart right now and steal a TV, they taking us to jail.
Right.
No questions asked. Hell, if we stealing food to feed our babies, they gonna take us to jail.
Yep. Yep.
So I just needed to make sense. But see, they can't make it make sense.
I haven't heard anything that makes sense. And guys, this is newly happened. She hasn't even had the funeral for her son. So just bear with her and give us some grace, patience, and love. Because we can't imagine. I can't imagine. Don't want to imagine. And we know that there are people say there are three sides to every story. Their side, your side, and the truth, right? But oftentimes, one side of stories are told at first. And this is what has happened in this situation.
Which should never be the case. I mean, I've never known nobody that can be reckless driving, running through red lights, possession of 2 guns, fatally shoot somebody, and walk away. Never get booked. Never went to the jail. But see, my strong sense of gut and discernment tells me that they was gonna John Doe a missing person, Malachi Mitchell. And they don't know what happened.
Found dead in the front seat of a car.
They don't know
the
what
21.
We're gonna find out.
Thank God that you were able to track the phone. We're going to play the video now, guys, so you can see what we're talking about.
20-year-old found dead in the front seat of a car, and Douglas County is suing the person who killed him. This comes after the Douglas County Sheriff's Office said so far they won't be arresting or bringing charges against Mitchell's killer. Fox 5's Eric Mock talked with Mitchell's attorney to learn.
No, that's
search for
do
justice.
The first one. That's the last one. Do that first.
The Douglas County Sheriff's Office says they believe
wait a minute.
Malachi Mitchell.
Let's see. Do this one. That's crazy. And then the fact that the family has to hire an attorney, pursue a lawsuit, which costs money, and just to get justice. Did Douglas County give you a time frame on the investigation?
No.
I know. I knew they did.
They're not giving any answers. They won't even give no answers to anybody. That's their way of covering themselves and, doing whatever they're doing behind the scenes because they're not giving anybody.
Only on 11 Alive, the family of 21-year-old.
That's the answer.
There should be some type of Georgia law, guys, where there's a cap or time frame given on these investigations. Okay, we're going to play the initial video when it first happened.
Malachi Mitchell is taking legal action against the man Douglas County deputies say admitted to pulling the trigger and taking his life. The shooting happened January 29th after deputies say Mitchell met with the man to sell him a gun.
After the seller received payment and the transaction was completed, a physical struggle broke out inside the vehicle over the control of the purchased firearm. During the altercation, the purchaser, who was also the driver of the vehicle, produced a second firearm and fatally shot Malachi Mitchell. Believing he was being set up and possibly followed, the driver fled the scene. Just minutes later, deputies stopped him for his erratic driving behavior and discovered Mitchell's body.
Now tonight, deputies say they are still withholding the man's identity because of what they believe to be credible threats against him and his family. Now, he was brought in for questioning but let go pending the results of the investigation. 11 Alive's Angelina Salcido is live tonight from Mitchell's family's attorney's office in Tucker. Angelina, I know the family only shared the filing with you today, the civil suit. Why are they taking this big step now?
Well, Jonathan, those papers submitted hours ago. Malachi's mom, Kenya, and her attorney, Marcia Mignot, say the goal here is to get an arrest in this case. Now, nearly 10 days after the shooting, this mom is doing whatever it takes to get justice for her son.
I'm angry. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. My heart hurts. My heart aches.
There are no words to describe Kenya Mitchell's pain.
My son was not armed. That's cold-blooded murder. Premeditated, cold-blooded murder. And I don't understand why he's still out and free.
From the day she learned her 21-year-old's life was taken, she's had that question. When Kenya didn't get the answers she needed, she looked for them on her own.
I knew that it was a transaction because I was able to see the conversations between the murderer and my son. And I know the truth.
Kenya says Malachi might have been set up. So does her attorney.
Who brings a firearm to purchase a firearm other than somebody that's either coming to steal that firearm or to take it without paying for it?
Marcia Mignot says Malachi's death is a homicide, and Douglas County deputies have probable cause to arrest the suspect.
We find that law enforcement is dragging their feet, and we know that time is of the essence. We are anticipating proceeding civilly against them.
While they pursue legal action, this 21-year-old is driving his mom's fight for answers.
He believes in me to get this done. And I'm going to get this done. I'm going to get justice.
Now, the GBI has completed Malachi's autopsy, but it's going to take several weeks to get the results to that. The Douglas County deputies, again, are withholding this suspect's identity because of threats, some of which they say are gang-related. Mignot says that that statement further victimizes Malachi's family. When it comes to the Douglas County DA, she says she will review all evidence once this investigation is done before making any decisions. We're live tonight in Tucker. Angelina Salcido, 11 Alive News.
All right, certainly a lot more to come on this case. Angelina, thank you.
So guys, that's a brief summary of why we're here and what's going on. And to continue to bring eyes to this horrible, horrific story, tragedy, and to let you know from the family's point of view how they feel, because their feelings matter. Although, as you heard on the video, the other opposing family would like to remain anonymous. They say that they have been receiving threats, and we're going to respect that as well, because we don't want to be the cause of anything. But we also want to allow the family a voice to speak their truth and how they feel. And the mother feels that her son, that doesn't even describe his character. And to be honest with you, what I didn't tell you, my niece knows your son and had been talking to him up until that happened. I didn't know that. My sister told me. It's like, yeah, Kiara was good. Her name Kiara.
Okay.
She worked at but yeah. Wow. So it's horrible.
Yeah.
And whatever you want to say, you have the floor is yours. Big Jeff is trying to join. He's saying he's having some technical issues trying to join, but he's gonna join in just a moment here.
I'm just in shock, like the rest of the world. I mean, you hear about it, you know we're aware of it. And then, of course, it's different when it comes knocking at your front door.
Yes.
It's like take your whole breath away. It's just unbelievable that we leave justice in the hands of these type of people. You always hear it's not what you know, it's who you know.
That's true.
But you don't think that is gonna spill over into being inhumane and just unjust and just a dog of an animal. You hear me? A beast. Like just a reptile.
Exactly.
a snake. And the programming got so bad within the society and the community is that it's us doing it to each other because they done programmed us so well.
Mm-hmm.
So in the video, when he say 2 black males, no, that's incorrect. It's 1 black male and 1 biracial that was raised by his white side of the family. You don't see no black of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's white everything.
Right, and that's another thing too. Cause when you told me that, and I looked it up, I was like, wow, that other person is biracial. You know, and some people might consider them. They may claim one side versus the other side, but the truth of the matter is that person's biracial, and you have a Caucasian mother.
And
Not saying
grandmother.
that race is the issue. No, we're not
that's
saying
not
that.
even that. This is just in any race.
Injustice, period.
It don't matter
it
what
could
the
be
race
2
is.
purple guys,
It
right?
don't matter what the race is.
You could be blue. If
It
you riding
don't
around
matter.
with a deceased person in your vehicle, you need to go down to the station. And I got to go to court for a traffic ticket for a stop sign. So
Not only go to the station, you need to stay in jail for first appearance.
yes,
This ain't no. I know people go to jail, they got to stay for first appearance on some shoplifting.
exactly. So how you gonna just say, oh no, he tried to do this and he tried to do that, but it was my gun and he had 1 gun and you got 2 guns.
Exactly, and control of the vehicle.
And how could, because I know like when the police officers, when they do their investigation, sometimes they call like forensics and they measure the gunshot happened here,
How
it
long that
happened there.
take?
Yeah, how long
you
did
think
that take
How
before?
long did that take?
Exactly, before you said we're going to let him go home.
I'm saying, but that's a real question. How long do an investigation last? I really want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. How long do an investigation supposed to last when you have a deceased body at the scene?
Right.
How long you supposed to be there for?
What's the protocol of?
Can't be an hour. Can't be 2.
Right.
I done been on the side of the road in a traffic accident longer than that.
Okay. It's not adding up. I'm not gonna lie, and this looking bad because everybody know Douglas County have a good, pretty decent reputation of handling things appropriately, and with this,
Who said that?
Look, I would feel like you in this situation.
Oh no, this ain't a feeling.
I'm gonna have to say this. I'm not gonna say with the sheriff because I don't really have a lot of interaction with them, but there's a great program that called Douglas County Youth Against Violence and Gang Prevention, and those officers at that particular program, so let me specify, at that program have a heart for the kids in the community, and those are the people that I work with. So when I say that good reputation, that's the program that I'm talking about. So as far as the other stuff, I will say this. Villa Rica, Douglas County, Carrollton, those little small towns are very entangled. And back in the day, everybody knew everybody. And I would beg to differ if people on that police force didn't know this family. I don't know. But that would be hard to believe that nobody knew because it's such a small area. It's a small niche area. Like most people in Villa Rica and Douglasville, they know each other or they know the families, you know. Because I'm from the West Georgia area, so I know that, and that's why I can speak on that. So I don't want to jump to conclusions and say that, but it don't look right. It don't look right for someone to have a deceased body in their vehicle and not even get a traffic ticket, a traffic citation.
For reckless driving, running through red lights. You're supposed to be getting some type of
something.
Some drug testing going on. What you on? What's going on? How you reckless driving doing all this? What you going? I don't know. for something. If anybody's reckless driving, you should be. Don't they make you walk the line to see if you got DUI or something?
Yeah, they do.
I don't know, something.
I'm not a lawyer, but there are different protocols. Like I've been pulled over before, and I know I have been at a doggone traffic stop and had to go to court and I had to go down to the station before, even if it's just to do a little bonding out for a ticket. Shoot, I've had to go down and do that. So this is beyond my knowledge, my recollection. As a civil rights activist, I can't not say anything about this because it's not right. It's not right. If this was my family, I would want justice. So I'm going to demand justice for this family, and I'm going to stand in unison with this family to a complete and thorough investigation is done. And I'm like you. When there's a big discrepancy like this, and when the family feels that the case has not been handled, at what point does it go to the GBI? At what point does it go to a higher level of investigation and it gets out of the local hands? At what point? I think we need to have a house attorney to come and answer some of these questions when we have these legal cases like this, because I really want to know. At what point, like, say for instance, if the county comes back and don't find sufficient evidence to arrest this guy, then at what point does it go to a second level investigation, like with the GBI? Is it because the family have to file a lawsuit? And that's not right, because now they got to spend money to fight for justice. And then at the end, which we've known has happened, like even with the Jimmy Atchison case, I've been in district court where the officers have been indicted. They having to go. But again, there's no funding for this from the city to pay for the family's attorney while they fight, while they seek justice. But when the officers come to court, they are represented by taxpayers' dollar. And I feel like that should happen. I feel like when there's cases like this, then there should be some type of fund set up to assist the families, because taxpayer dollars are paying for the officers to come, to have the press conferences, to testify. But when the family do it, they want to have a press conference. They got to spend their own gas. They got to get their own media. It should be both ways. That's why we need to do something in Georgia. We need to really be concerned about who our elected officials are. And we need to make sure we start putting people in office that reflect us and our own personal values, and not all the time just, I don't want to vote. I'm going to let whoever get in whoever, because that stuff is rigged anyway. No, it's not. Sometimes our votes matter. Our votes are sacred. We determine who gets in some of these offices. And even with the sheriff, we vote the sheriff in the office. We got to start being more attentive on who we put in these places and how they affect us. Like, even with the president now, people mad about President Trump. He didn't get that by himself. People voted him in. And now, like with all the Spanish people, now they mad because they're getting deported. Well, you voted. You guys voted. Like, masses came out to vote. And it's not like he didn't say what he wanted to do prior to being elected. He pretty much, that's the one thing I do like about President Trump and his people. They're going to ride with him. They're going to ride with him. I've been to his rallies. I've been to Kamala's rallies as well. They're going to ride with him. So he laid his hand out and said what he was going to do, but they voted for him. So I guess they didn't think that was going to be what he was going to do, what he said. So the thing in Douglas County, we have to get more. We need to have some type of citizen board where
it's all rigged.
You think it's all rigged? I can't dispute that. I really cannot dispute that.
It's all rigged.
I can't dispute that.
Like I said, programmed so well. Now we think we got rights. Mm-hmm. Perfect example.
We have Rhonda says that I pray that God's grace is sufficient in your family's time of grief.
Thank you.
And that justice is served.
It will be.
The pretty chick says people are seeing now that actions have consequences. Right. Because who gonna just sit there and somebody just lost a loved one, that's near and dear to them. Everybody don't just sit there and not do nothing. People love their family. Do you know the heartache of this family having to lose this beloved son, sibling, cousin?
We only lost him in the physical form. Yes. Malachi will live on forever. You hear me?
Amen. See?
We physically lost a soldier, but baby, now.
Yes. Thank you, Jesus, for that. So we wanted you guys to come and to hear Malachi's story from his mother.
And Malachi is, I named him out the Bible. Malachi is a prophet, a messenger, okay? Out the Old Testament, the last book in the Hebrew Bible, the last testament, okay? So he about to blow the whistle on all this. If you don't know about Malachi, go read the book of Malachi. Malachi was a prophet. He exposed the corrupted priest and the corrupted everything, okay?
Okay.
Now, Malachi completed his assignment in 21 years. He didn't have to be here 70 and 80 years. Malachi gonna live on forever.
Amen. And you guys, again, please continue to pray for this family.
Yeah, you know, just really fight for justice, because you don't know it's real till it comes to your door. Fight for justice. Hashtag justice for Malachi Mitchell. It's going to be done with or without anybody, because, baby, this is God's fight. You hear me?
Amen.
But he going to use a few vessels to really make everything come on full circle. So we'll appreciate it if you hashtag justice for Malachi Mitchell. But this is God's fight. Yahweh's fight. The Most High is involved. That's why it's so crazy. When something so bizarre and so crazy, please believe Yahweh is orchestrating. You hear me?
Got to be, because nothing else makes sense. Got to be. God be with us, because nothing else makes sense. And is there a GoFundMe, or is there a link where the people that want to donate, want to send a flower, want to just show their condolences to the family? Is there a link where they can send anything to, or?
Yes.
Okay.
It is. You can. He does have a GoFundMe out there. Just for, you know. We are in a, you know, long journey of a fight that we're not backing down from, with or without the GoFundMe. So, again, we can post the link that you can send flowers or come show your love at the historic West Hunter Baptist Church. And that'll be posted on a link as well. If you all would love to come support Malachi and his message that's gonna get out to the world and celebrate his life.
And I'm gonna post the GoFundMe in the heading of the story after the live, so you guys can come back and look at that. It'll be in the title. As soon as I get the link, I'll make sure I post that, and just whatever you can do. Nothing's too small. Nothing's
Absolutely.
As long as it's from the heart.
Absolutely.
Good intentions.
Absolutely. And definitely appreciate all the prayers and condolences, and we appreciate all of that. And at the end of the day, it's a celebration of
life.
Malachi completing his assignment and getting this message out into the world that whatever that Yahweh has planned for to be out there.
We thank you, Ms. Mitchell.
I thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
Absolutely.
coming.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your compassion. Thank you so much for your compassion and reaching out and caring enough to hear the story from the family.
Absolutely.
We definitely appreciate all of that.
And again, our doors are open. Anytime you want to come up here.
Oh, that's so amazing. I appreciate that so much.
Come and give us an update.
Absolutely.
Big Jeff, he'll be here. He's traveling, but he'll be here soon. He definitely wants to speak with you. He definitely gives his condolences.
Absolutely. Thank you. We definitely appreciate it. And just wanting the community to stand behind this.
Yep.
Stand behind this, and, it could be anybody's baby.
Anybody. It
Be
anybody. Anybody.
We just got to stand together as a community and demand answers.
Right. And that's
expose.
Right.
They're going to be, So,
and you're not alone. You're not alone.
Be the vessel that Yahweh put us here to be, and let's stick together in faithfulness and fight for this justice.
That's right. So we stand in unison with this family, seeking transparency, justice, and we know the celebration of Malachi. We're going to post those details also in the heading so you guys could know when you come back, or if you share the story, you'll have those details to pay your respects to the awesome, wonderful life of Malachi Mitchell. And again, we thank you guys for tuning in with us today. If you have any comments or questions, you can put them in the chat and I will get to them. But we know that you guys could have been anywhere on this Valentine's Day, but you tuned in with us. We thank you.
Thank you
for joining us today. And Pete, we're out. Nothing but the truth.
Blessings.
Thank you.
That's crazy, bro.